everybody, I'm Charlie Smith.
And I'm Eddie Rocks, and you're watching Sweet Daddy's Monster Jam.
All right.
This is the show where we focus on local musicians here in Savannah, Georgia. And this week we have another great musician, Josh Johansson. Now, Josh performs locally here all around Savannah, Georgia, and we actually met him at a performance he did down at the Tybee Post Theater on Tybee Island. It was part of the Savannah Songwriter Series, where they sit in the round and share their original music, and we heard a few of his original songs. They were really good, and he has an amazing voice.
Absolutely amazing.
That must be why he was selected for American Idol. That's right. Josh was one of the contestants on American Idol that was selected to go to Hollywood. So this is going to be a great time to learn all about Josh's experience in music. And without further delay, let's go right to the interview.
I just see dollar signs and they keep on flying by. 'Cause I burn to find some peace, or I pour myself a drink, but they keep on flying by. Those damn dollar signs. Those damn dollar signs.
Hey everyone, I'm Charlie Smith, and sitting along beside me is a well-known songwriter, Josh Johansson. So Josh, how you doing, man?
Good, excited to be here with y'all.
Man, we are so excited and blessed to have you here, brother. So proud of you too, man. Everything that you're doing, watching where you've come from to where you're at now, man, friggin' right on.
Thanks a lot.
So listen, Josh, why don't you tell us, I want to know where it all started from, man.
Man, all right. So I started out playing drums when I was a little kid. I started out playing on little sandbox buckets.
Yeah.
So I didn't have actual drums. So I had these mini screwdrivers and sandcastle buckets, and I would beat on those. And my mom was like, "We got to get him some drums." So then I got some drums. Later on, came to college years later, and I wanted to start singing because I had some fraternity brothers that were playing and singing all the time, and I was like, if they can learn guitar as fast as they're learning, I want to try it out. And I gave it a shot, and they were like, you can sing, man. So I started doing the open mics here at Armstrong. Went on, met Ginger Fawcett. We were at an oyster roast one night out on Wilmington Island. Ginger came out. We went to the Crowbar out there, and I probably shouldn't have been able to get in there yet, but somehow we got in there. And me and her ended up having like a little mini acoustic jam sesh, and she was like, you ought to come out to some of my shows sometime, and we'll see if we can get you on stage, get you to sing for some of these bars. And I was just about to turn 21. I was like weeks away, and they would let me in because Ginger, and I'd go and play some music, and ended up getting my first gig doing that with Ginger. I went up and played, and the bar owner came up and said, can you do a whole set? And I was like, no. But I went home that night and like printed out like 40 songs.
Right on,
and
man.
Put the set together and ended up playing there every Tuesday after that. So
I hear you. So what led from there? Tell us how you got involved in getting into American Idol.
Oh man, American Idol. I tried out 2011, I think, and didn't get anywhere with it. I thought it was going to be a cool thing to try out, and I was like, it's easy. You show up, sing, and get put on the show. Apparently there's a lot more to it than that you don't see behind the scenes. So I was like, there's a lot of waiting around, and hearing a lot of great people go through and not make it. And the whole time you're just sweating, like, I'm sitting in this room waiting for my turn. They're probably going to say no. Sure enough, in 2011 when I tried out, they said no. Fast forward a few years later, my little sister is always bothering me about trying to get on these reality shows and stuff. And after doing it back in 2011, I didn't want to do it again. I was like, I've been through that, been there, done that. Then I found out my little cousin was going to try out. Her name's Gabby Fortson out in Richmond Hill.
Right on.
A young high school girl. And she said she's thinking about it. And I was like, how about this? If you try out, I'll try out. So we went up to the Civic Center at like 5 in the morning, something like that, left from Richmond Hill. Same thing. We waited around all day. Finally got the chance to go up and sing, and ended up getting some really good feedback, and had a cool little experience with that.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
So that he made it all the way to California. Good gosh, man. That just, to me, that's so amazing, man.
That was awesome.
So when you come home, now what are you doing?
now I'm playing music still. After the American Idol thing, I was wanting to get a real job. I had just finished at Armstrong, and I was like, it's time to go get a big boy job, be an adult. And then I did that for a little while and figured I was a lot better at music, and I liked music a lot more than what I was doing. I wanted to make the most of going out and being a musician and just really, really try to pursue that. I'm still young, want to make that happen, and it's been, I've had a totally different mentality after American Idol and after trying to get a real job.
You know, I know you do American Idol. A lot of people do a lot of cover tunes and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But since you've been home, I hear that you've been writing a lot of songs.
Yeah. I've always had like a couple songs that I had like half written or whatever, and I figured I could make my living playing covers, which has been awesome. I mean, I paid my way through school from playing in bars and everything, but if I wanted to really make something and have a career in music, I needed to start writing. So I started messing around with it and trying to write a little more, and then trying to sing some of what I had already written in the past.
Right.
And I've gotten some really good feedback. I've really probably started doing that the past 2 months, and
Wow.
playing original songs.
Was that a one original that you opened up the show with right there?
That was.
What's it called?
It's called Dollar Signs.
Dollar Sign?
Yeah, I wrote that with a couple of my
That's real
fraternity
chill
brothers.
bumps right there, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, Josh, what were some of your influences growing up, man?
Some of my influences, oh man, they're always changing. I've always loved Southern rock. Funny thing, talking about American Idol and stuff, I started watching that show when I was real little, and I heard Ruben Studdard. He was the winner of the second season.
Oh, yeah.
And he's this just big old dude, soul singer, and I fell in love with like soulful voices. Just when I first heard him try out. Honestly, I love Allman Brothers. Sam Cooke is one of my favorites. Smokey Robinson.
Right on, man.
Michael Jackson. A lot. The English singer-songwriters right now, I'm really into, or some of the guys over in the UK. Hosier, Ed Sheeran, obviously I got his guitar.
I see you do him all the time.
He's the man.
Phenomenal job.
Yeah. James Bay. Honestly, anything with a little bit of soul, I can get into it.
Right on, man. Anything locally? Anybody locally that kind
Local
of inspired
influences. Yeah. I mean, Ginger, obviously, she's always been kind of like a role model when it came to shows. Seeing how she performs and gets the crowd involved and stuff. I'm not real big in like getting the crowd in there, but I do the best I can. Like Ginger's a machine when it comes to that stuff. I used to have a band called Two Tone Fish with my buddy Jason Lampson, and he's down in Key West playing now. But I felt like we were kind of like a mini version of Bucky and Barry, if you can even call it that. Just
I dig it. Yeah.
going out and putting on a good show and having fun with your buddy, you know. Main Street Trio is a band that I love right now. James Lee Smith is one of my favorite guitarists in town. Really, really talented dude. And he's got this trio that they play over at the Mansion a good bit. And I think they're there every Saturday night. But they've got this funky jazz. There's not a lot of singing. I don't know if there's any singing, but when you talk about soul and instrumental, it doesn't get much better than that.
So, you know, I was talking to Kaylee, your girlfriend, and she was telling me you love to sing in the shower, man. Tell me a little bit about that.
Who doesn't like singing in the shower? You got to practice somewhere.
We are interested in learning more about your songwriting process, you know, how you come about writing your songs.
Yeah. That is a fantastic question, because every time I do it, it's something different. Sometimes I have something cool on guitar that I think works, something just kind of funky or whatever. Sometimes I have something really on my mind, whether it's something in my life or something in a friend's life.
Right on.
Written about all kinds of stuff. I don't have a whole lot of original songs, but what I have so far, it's mostly personal experiences between me or some of my friends. I have a song that I wrote with an old bandmate, Simon Hodson. He wrote the guitar parts, but it was actually it's called The River, and it's about the homeless people in Savannah.
Yeah.
And just, Savannah's a great town. We have so many people that can come down and party and just have a great time, St. Patrick's Day.
Dig it.
But that's a song that we'd play in City Market, and you see like a lot of the homeless folks hanging out and listening, which I think is awesome. But some people get kind of turned off having them around.
Yeah.
If you think about it, man, some of them probably just like me and you, but
Yeah, they are. Man.
maybe they have something else going on, or they had a little too much fun partying and kind of got sucked in. So that's what that song's about. But just it's really about just seeing what's going on around you and being aware, and I don't know.
Right on, man. That is friggin' awesome, dude. That is so awesome. What about recording, man? Have you done any recording here?
I have not done any recording here. Actually, you know what? I did. I recorded the song "Dollar Signs" that we started it out with a friend named Daryl Van Horn. That was when I was really first getting started playing gigs and stuff, and I wrote that song with my buddies. Daryl came out and heard me play it, and he wanted to see if we can record it in the studio he had at the time. I also recorded some with my uncle.
Cool.
He lives in Asheville, and he's got a semi-pro studio in his basement. Just a really cool spot, and I love the mountains, and I love going up. It's a great chance to go bond with my uncle and see him.
Man.
Get to do some recording up there sometimes, and it's always fun. The most recent recording I have is playing live shows. Played one up in Atlanta, in Woodstock, at a place called Mad Life Stage and Studios.
I got you.
And they do a real cool recording with your live set, and that's the most recent recordings I have right now.
Where can we get your music at?
Right now it's all free. It's all on SoundCloud. There's a bunch of random stuff that I have going on. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm always trying to post enough stuff on there. But I guess the main place where you can go and listen to song after song would be SoundCloud right now. And it's not like super high quality or anything. The recordings from that Mad Life place are pretty good. But it's just me and a guitar.
So Josh, what about YouTube? Anything on YouTube?
I do have some stuff on YouTube. There's a couple videos that Sean McNally did from In for a Penny.
Gotcha.
He's a lead singer for those guys and plays mandolin, but he also does some really cool video. And he helped me record a couple of videos. One is You by Chris Young. The other one is Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. And then hopefully my girlfriend just got an awesome camera, so we're going to see if we can work out some stuff where we can get some good videos going soon.
So Josh, how do they find you on YouTube?
Honestly, the best way to do it would be just search Josh Johansson up top. You'll see some of my stuff. And I think on all my YouTube videos, I have links to my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff too. But it's all kind of connected, so if you go on one, you should be able to find the other.
So Josh, when you got shows coming up, man, where are they at?
Coming up, I have August 26th at Savannah Cocktail Company.
Okay. Cool.
Cool spot upstairs, great drinks, and decent music.
Awesome. Excellent music.
Yeah. Then Saturday night, the 27th, I'll be down in St. Simons, playing at a bar called Brogan's, right by the pier over there. And then coming up that next Thursday, I'm playing a show at Basil's on Wilmington Island.
Right.
That's around, I don't know what time, it's kind of mid-afternoon. And then football season starting up, so I'm getting up to the Georgia game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Athens, here he comes.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Josh, I wanted to tell you so much. Thank you very much. It's been an honor. It's been a blessing, and we're backing you up 100%, bro. So
Thanks
anything we can do, you let us know.
Definitely.
Until then, keep rocking, Savannah.
Appreciate it.
All right. Another great interview from Charlie Sweet Daddy Smith. Thank you, Charlie, for interviewing Josh Johansson. I tell you, that kid has a bright future, and we will be watching him with a great anticipation.
Not to mention, he is a wonderful young man.
He is.
What a personality.
So
he
polite.
has, too.
So polite. I tell you, it's scary how polite he is.
Such a pleasure, man.
It is. It is. Not a diva like some people. Well, we look forward to seeing you next week when we will have yet another great musician on. And, please go on to our Facebook page and like us on Sweet Daddy's Monster Jam at Sweet Rocks. You can like us on that page, and then you will always be in our feed of when the shows come out. But they come out every Friday at noon. Okay, so look for us even if you don't like the page. And you can subscribe to Eddie Rock's channel on YouTube, and they are all posted there as well. All right, so join us next week when we will kick the bobo.